It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
In the criminal justice system, sexually-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories.
I was fired from my $500,000 a year job as a software engineer working at StubHub, and this is my story. I was fired for questioning the culture and the work at the company. I found it difficult to work in StubHub's environment when I would ask for data about why the decisions were being made. I wasn't provided with documentation about why certain decisions were being made. And then I was told, well, do I need to know everything? I can't know everything that's going on at the company. The director also said I could switch teams, which is how I ended up meeting with a data team that manages the data coming into StubHub. When I met with an engineer on the team, we started discussing some of the data, and in particular, I had a question because there was something being brought up about mismatches between events. Essentially, my question was, is it possible for someone to sell a ticket, but the event is not actually happening there? And the engineer said that they didn't know. I also met with the manager of the data team, and I had several questions around how they were handling ticket data, whether or not they were using machine learning models to try to help identify scammers or fake tickets, instead of relying on agents, which could provide an inconsistent customer experience. In addition to this, I asked more consumer protection questions and related to what about the event of a large fake ticket selling scheme. The manager did not answer my question, and he was like, why are you asking these questions? I also asked questions related to the responsibility if, a seller tries to sell a ticket that they don't have. And in response, the manager said, well, it's basically the seller's responsibility, and it's not necessarily the company's responsibility. I wasn't the only one that had concerns over consumer protections. I attended an all-hands meeting where employees were concerned about read-it comments and the negative company perception. I noticed a lot of read-it comments where people were complaining about being scammed. I noticed a lot of comments where people would, try to get a ticket for an event, have booked like flights and hotels, and ended up not actually getting the ticket transferred to them in time. Or StubHub tries to mediate the situation and gives them an alternate ticket, but that ticket is nowhere comparable to the ticket that the consumer actually wanted. A few days later, after I had asked questions about these consumer protection related things, I was fired from the company, again with the reason being that I had been questioning the culture and work at the company, and that I had wanted to switch teams. Me wanting to switch teams was encouraged by my manager and the director about finding a good team fit for me. I was fired from my $500,000 a year job as a software engineer working at StubHub, and this is my story.
Guess why they fired this man? They fired this man because he was overly working. What a rookie move. Asking questions they don't want him asking, investigating shit they don't want him investigating. They told this nigga, why are you asking so many questions? He just kept asking more questions, going around to coworkers and trying to build a brigade. Man, I would have been fired you. For $500K, if I tell you don't do shit, don't do shit. If I tell you stop asking questions, stop asking questions. Why are you overly working? You're just a number, you're just a check, and they're giving you $500,000. Why don't you just engineer the software? He's talking about consumer protection. Do you work for the Consumer Bureau of Consumerism? Like, I understand, like, as a consumer, thank you for sacrificing $500,000 a year on my behalf. I don't even like StubHub. I don't even be on StubHub. But thank you for sacrificing your salary so that maybe if I get an NFL ticket, I might not get, well, they're still doing whatever they're doing. You just lost your job. I never understand why people overly work when their job tells them, hey, calm down. Why are you doing that? Why are you working so hard that you're getting in your own way? This is not your family's business. You probably just saved them money. They probably just got another compliant software engineer that they only got to pay like $450,000 now. You just saved them $50,000. They're going to keep scamming. Or did you think you were in like some type of spy thriller? You were supposed to uncover, were you supposed to build StubHub from the ground up? Engineer the software. Now just become a content creator, bro. Try to just do that, because you don't want to engineer the software. You want to ask questions. You want to restructure the corporation. They're not having that, bro. Get a grip. What a rookie move. Asking questions they don't want him asking.
Just sitting there and doing your job is exactly why we're in the state that we are in this country, right? Because you guys have sacrificed your morals, your integrity, and your principles for a bag and willing to come on here and make videos about it, rather than actually figuring out how do we band together and make this nation materially better? How do we get to a point of affordable healthcare? How do we get to a point of affordable groceries, affordable rent? How do we get gun control? The issues that actually matter in this country, rather than having this divisive rhetoric that tears us apart. How do we come together as a community? That's what you should be introducing your audience to. And I find it super ironic that on this eve of a TikTok ban that 170 million of us did not want, where we have the illusion of freedom, but we don't have any choices, that this is what you choose to post. And just to be clear, when I accepted that offer, I also had 3 other job offers that I was considering. So I didn't just need to put the fries in the bag. It's scary that 100,000 people liked the video that you made, 1, and 2, you didn't even bother to tag me in your post, so I had no idea really that this was going on. Maybe you were scared of my response, but here it is.
What a rookie move. Asking questions they don't want him asking.
Just sitting there and doing your job is exactly why we're in the state that we are in this country, right? Because you guys have sacrificed your morals, your integrity, and your principles for a bag. And
No, it isn't. We're in this mess because wages have stagnated. Our government has been bought out by foreign entities and private companies, and the combination of inflation and purposeful price gouging is kicking our ass. That's why we're in this mess. No, the average person did not sacrifice their morals and integrity and bro, people work at Wendy's, man. We got regular jobs. Do you know what your problem is? Your problem is that you think the $500,000 that they're paying you makes you somehow not part of the American peasantry. Well, guess what? You are not a noble. You are still a peasant with a nice tunic on that they let you borrow. This is my first ever content creator beef. What I would like to celebrate this occasion is for you to go to my bio, click on the link, and follow me over there. Or else you'll never see me again when the clock strikes midnight. Please do it now. The moment you do too much, they'll snatch that shit right off you and send you back to the potato fields. That's how it is. You think you're in them offices going noble for noble? No, you're still a peasant. If you lose your job or if you stay unemployed for too long, you're done. Them, they could lose their whole company. They'll just fuck around and make another one. They could get fined $2 billion. They'll just pay it. It's not the same. If you want to lead a revolution, you're supposed to be communicating with us at midnight. You're supposed to grow your hair out and braid codes into your hair so we could get around StubHub's like manipulation tactics. You're not supposed to go argue with the feudal lord. They're gonna make an example out of you. Then the worst part is you could have stayed at that job and finessed and did the least, but still kind of like protected us a little bit. But now that you're gone, they're gonna go get the slimiest grindball. He's not about to ask nothing. And he's coming for our necks. He's about to violate. We're never gonna be able to get a ticket to nothing else. And they're only gonna pay him $350,000. $350,000 to slime us all, and he'll do it. You don't have that common sense.
How do we get to a point of affordable healthcare? How do we get to a point of affordable groceries, affordable rent? How do we get gun control? The issues that actually matter in this country, rather than having this divisive rhetoric that tears us apart. How do we come together as a community? That's what you should be introducing your audience.
So you went on LinkedIn, applied for StubHub of your own free will. StubHub. Got a job making $500,000 a year. Tried to rebuild the company from the ground up, asking questions, doing the most. They done told you, hey, relax, you're doing too much. You tried to build a brigade of employees on the work floor to challenge the bosses. They fired you. And then you came onto social media explaining the entire situation for us. And then I made a response saying, hey, perhaps you should have just engineered the software and continued to make $500,000 a year instead of losing your job and being immediately replaced by someone else who is just going to engineer the software. And now you're talking about gun control, universal healthcare, and what all else. Were we supposed to help get your StubHub job back that you lost, and then you would get us universal healthcare? Is that how it would have worked? I don't understand. Are you a StubHub politician? I'm gonna give you a little secret. If you go far up enough in any company, you're going to see some slime ball stuff. That's just how it works. You could have at least went to a reputable company. You done chose StubHub. You wanted to be a hero at StubHub? Why didn't you do it anonymously? Why didn't you create a vigilante persona on here You just wanted the clout and you wanted to be perceived as a hero. I do believe you have a good heart and you mean well, but you gotta do things with common sense. Gather the intel and drop it off at ABC headquarters, bro. Like, don't be, don't be on the office floor chanting, "We want," bro, they're gonna fire you, dude. And then they're just gonna get another person to slime us out even harder. Have a wonderful day.
And two, you didn't even bother to tag me in your post, so I had no idea really that this was going on. Maybe you were scared of my
Scared? Do you know who you're talking to? Do you know what they call me? They call me Slimeball Shice Master Marco. I run my streets. Why would I be scared of you? My audience once told me that my skin was too clear to look like I commit any crimes. You know what I told them? I told them that I'm using the beauty filter and that I could take it off at any moment, exposing the face and skin of a hard criminal. And I'll do it again. Hold on, watch this. Feast your eyes. This is the rugged skin of a criminal. Okay? Relax. Don't come on here threatening me, telling me I'm scared. It was never that. Hello, Mom? Guess what? I'm in my first ever TikTok beef! Yeah. No, we haven't made it. My account is getting obliterated tonight at midnight sharp, and I'm going to lose everything. Well, I'm gonna tell them to go to my bio and click the link, and yeah. Well, you would think that they wouldn't do it, but 2,000 people have done it. And I've only advertised that YouTube account for like 2 days now, so I don't know, maybe enough will enable me to do a jump, a transition, a career change, if you will. Just put the fries in the bag. Okay. The problem is that you think the $500,000 that they're paying you makes you somehow not part of the American peasantry.
No, that's your problem, and that's why you're so obsessed with me that you've made 3 additional videos about this topic. You are clearly projecting from a place of insecurity, and I really feel bad for you that that's what you have to resort to. You have a platform with over 100,000 followers, and you choose to attempt to diminish a successful black man on this app amongst whatever else you could be doing on this app because you can't get past a $500,000 number. That's what the issue is here. It's also the fact that you think that not having moral ethics and principles is binary to the things that you bring up related to price gouging or companies raising prices, whatever. These aren't binary things. All of it plays a factor into what we're experiencing now. So can we just use some critical thinking here? A person that would be worried about losing a job that pays $500,000 is one that thinks that they can't get another one. And I'm employed. What are you doing? Thank you so much for being a fan. Really appreciate all the attention.
Shut your f***ing mouth. I've had enough of you, you beast.
Beast?
Yeah.
How dare you?
How dare me?
You came into my home.
And I apologize.
Actually,
and in
you
3
didn't.
years...
Actually, you didn't.
I don't like you.
Guess what? I don't particularly like you either.
Good.
I can't find one damn thing to like about you right now in the moment.
Good. I've never found one thing to like about you.
I did nothing.
From your hair to your face to your attitude. Like that.
I don't know where this hatred is coming from.
What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit live video. I keep saying live. We're not live. Another lit video, man. Thank you to the everyday people who be pulling up to the live though. We keep it lit. Remember, we got the links below in the description, HiveMindLabs.com. We can unbig that back. Moog's Coffee. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. We're gonna keep it lit, big dog. All right, let's get into it. Now, this, I ain't trying to lose. I got a $60,000 a year job. Not trying to lose it. Okay, they tell me to do something, I do it. I don't beef. Well, let me tell y'all what it is. Okay, so I don't make $500,000. But if I did, I would go in for 8 hours, do my job, and take my black ass home. Simple as that. Okay, I'm not trying to change the code of conduct. Let me tell you, at my job, there's a code. They call it is if it makes sense, they change it. If it makes, so they want everything, or they say, tell us what we could do to make it better. You'd be like, hey, well, let's take all this paper that we're throwing away and bale it up and recycle it. And they're like, That'll cost too much. What? I don't want to tell y'all what that job is. But anyway, so at the same time, like, I get it. My morals and values, if morally, I think we should be recycling the paper. Morally. But will I complain to the company and keep complaining until they do something? No. At this point, I've already spoke on it, and they said whatever, and I was like, all right, I just keep going what I'm doing. Like, I mean, no dirt off my back, just a few thousand trees that we're losing. But again, if someone's getting ripped off, I would be like, okay, well, it seems as if some things aren't in place for us to do. And they say, you know what, don't worry about it. I'd be like, all right. But actively, if anybody in my inner circle, I'd be like, I wouldn't use StubHub. I wouldn't go on social media being like, nah, I don't use StubHub. I wouldn't promote any other thing. People that I knew and directly talked to, I'd be like, I wouldn't use it. Go to where it's Ticketmaster, where you can get your stuff verified at. Come on, don't do StubHub, because you know I do. If I made enough money, my morals and values will go out the window because somebody else is out there doing it. Listen, when people's morals and values go out the window, they out there selling ass. So me just continuing with a company that's ripping off consumers, you know, the only thing bad about that, the only thing bad about working at a company that continues to rip people off, and if they get sued, when you go to another company and be like, oh, I worked at StubHub, and they be like, so what did you do? I was a software engineer. Do you know that their company was doing this and they didn't have this in place? And you can't say that your morals and values led you astray from that company because you didn't believe that what they were doing was ethical, and they could potentially not get you a job. So because this guy has the value of a person that can make $500,000, which means the job that he has studied for and trained for and has expertise in, his value is that high. He can go get a job anywhere and a lot of places for, I don't know if it'll be that, but it'll be something significant. Okay, so that is the reason why he's able to talk about this and be like, you know, my morals and values would not keep me at a place like this. So yeah, I'm glad they let me go. I'll go on to another company and that will uphold the morals and values. Now, with this guy is attacking him, basically saying, I wouldn't even say attacking him. He's just calling him stupid for losing his job and not doing what massa say. I get it. I absolutely get what he's saying, because me personally, I'm there for 8 hours and I go home. If somebody's beefing, somebody talking noise, they're like, oh, this person's lazy or this person don't do this. I don't give a damn. I'm coming to do my job and going home. I don't have to worry about that. My job, matter of fact, my job don't pay me enough to worry about what another person is doing at the job. Matter of fact, that's the supervisor's job, not mine. So I don't care. I don't complain about it. I do make jokes. I'd be like, because that's the type of person I am. I'll make light of a situation. But what he's trying to say is just hold your head down. And, well, no, if it's bothering my morals and values that much, I'm not gonna do it. Like I said, like I gave the paper instance. If I was a environmentalist and I was watching this and I'd be like, this is not right. My love for my job as an environmentalist would not allow me to continue to throw paper away when we could bale it up and recycle it, or send it back to the company that sent this crap in the first place. Because let me tell you, when they send stuff, they send a box like this big, right? it'll have one little washer in it about like this big and stacked full of paper. And you open up that, you be like, damn, this box light. Then you open up, you're like, ain't nothing in here. Then a little plastic piece fly out. You be like, what is this? And you be like, what? They put all this paper in a whole separate box and tape just to send this. They could have sent this, and this all in one box and sent it, but they won't. They won't do it. But guess what? Do you think I complained? No. When I first started working that job, I was making $22 an hour, and I opened boxes for the first 3 months and put trash paper in the trash bag. I was not complaining. I was like, damn, I was busting my ass to make this type of money. Now we're just opening boxes. Oh, there's sign. I got. They be like, what's the quantity? 1. Sign your name, pass it to somebody else. They verify, sign their name, and you push it through. That's how. And you think I complained about that? When I first started, I was like, can we do something else? Is there anything else we can do? Is this, we got a recycle place on base? Like, it's like, nah, just throw it away. I said, man. They said if it makes sense, they won't do it. If it's working too good, they're gonna change it, because they don't want efficiency. I don't know. And that sounds like what StubHub is like. I don't care about efficiency. I want results. Can we get people tickets? All right, good. Get people tickets. Are we getting scammed? Possibly. We could possibly get scammed. I don't know. But here, just go to the corner. Don't worry about that. Let us handle that. And there you go. Everyday people, man, let me know what y'all think about this crazy situation in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you later. Peace.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as quick as 1 week.